Okay, so then in problem number 6, you're supposed to have that quadrilateral, right? So let me start from over here. Natalia, can you give me the t prime? What do you have for the t prime? 4 and what? And 1, okay. Keep in mind that if you're reflecting over the y-axis in problem number 5, you switch the sign on the x. But this is the x-axis, so you're going to switch the sign on the y. So the point should be what, Natalia? Uh-huh. That is right. -4, -1. So the y is the one that is changing. That is right. Daniela, what about u prime? -3, -4. Diego Quiñones, what about v prime? V is this one.
-2, -3.
Let's see, if you reflect over the x-axis, we said that we're going to switch it over the x-axis. That means that, do you see this? The only thing that is changing is the y. So in your point, it should be what, Diego? -3, that's right. 2, -3. Good job.
I did it like the number 5.
I see, yeah. And that was the y-axis, right? So this is the x, so we have to switch the y. Okay, Andrea, how about w prime? What would that be?
0, -1.
0, -1, great. So when you plot the points, -4, -1, make sure you put the t prime. -3, -4, put the u prime. V is 2, -3. That would be b prime, and w is 0, -1, so it's w prime. And then connect those points, and that's what you are supposed to have as the reflection, okay, for that quadrilateral. Okay, now let's go ahead and move on to number 7. So let's try number 7. Let me give you a chance to work on number 7, then we'll move on to number 8. Okay, you guys, so let's pretend these are my points right here. Okay, my points are q prime is 3, -1, r prime is -2, -4, and s prime is -2, 1. Are those points right? Andrea?
Why is it?
No, you put 3. Oh.
Isn't it supposed to be like the positive one?
Okay, so one at a time. Daniela, what is the problem?
Isn't the y supposed to be changing, so it would be -3, 1?
That is right, because it's over the x-axis. I need to be changing not the x coordinate, right? I have to be changing what? The y coordinate. So it's like the opposite of whatever axis is given, okay? So in that case, Daniela, point Q should be what?
-3, 1.
-3, +1, great. And Andrea, what do you think about r prime? Do you think that is right?
No, it should be 2, -4.
2, -4. So we're only changing the what?
The 1.
The y. This is the one that is changing, so this should stay the same. So here the mistake is that what stays the same? The x, right? So that's supposed to be positive. So let me see if I can erase it. Can I erase it? No, I cannot. So I'm just going to make it a positive. Thank you, Andrea. And on s prime, Derek, what do you think about s prime? Is that right? No. It has to be +2. The x-axis, the x-coordinate stays +2 what, Derek? -1. So the one is supposed to be changing, right? So your points are supposed to be here is q prime. This right here is supposed to be down here. That is r prime. And s is 2, -1, which is this one. So when you connect the points, it should be like this. So when you're reflecting, you're actually reflecting over the x-axis. So it has to be something that is reflecting over that line, okay? So when you plot the other points, I would have found out that there was something wrong because it was not over that line, okay? Questions about 7? No? So then be very careful. Is not the axis the one that changes, is the opposite letter, okay? The opposite coordinate point. Now, what about for something when you have y is equal to x? Do you remember what you were supposed to do? For a prime, what are you supposed to do for the y is equals to x?
Oh, switch it so
Switch, so it should
y
be
is
what?
X and X.
There you go. Y is x and x is y. So the point should be 4, comma, negative 2. For b prime, that's supposed to be,
Does it still remain the same?
it still stays the same. Yes, it's exactly the same.
Oh, okay.
And c prime is negative 1, negative 5. So you flip those two. So the line y is equal to x, it's this line. At x is equal to 0, 0. When x is 1 is 1. When x is 2 is 2. 3 is 3. 4 is 4. So put points where you have the x the same as the y. And that is the line y equals x. Connect those points. And that is that line. So this line is the line y equals x. This is that line, okay? And then plot both points. I'm gonna plot the original in blue, so it's negative 2, 4. That is A. 1, 1, it's B. And negative 5, negative 1, that is C. Then I connect those points. So there's a triangle, the original triangle. And then I'm gonna plot the prime notations, which is 4, negative 2, A prime, 1, 1, it's B prime, and negative 1, negative 5, negative 1, negative 5, that is C prime. And then I connect the points, and that should be the line of reflection and the reflection of those points. Now with the highlighter, would you please get the highlighter and highlight the lines of reflection? In this case, highlight the y is equal to x. And number 7, get the highlighter and highlight the axis of symmetry, which is the x-axis. Highlight that. That way you know which is the line that you're reflecting over. And number 6 is the x-axis also. So x-axis. Highlight that. And in number 5, we were supposed to highlight it the y. So that way you know which is the line of reflection that you're using, okay? Any questions about this section, section 2.1, 12.1? So far so good? Okay, so now let's move on to section 12.2. Let me put here section 12.1.